He wants to cause a draw.
No way, not in my ship.
I'm placing a mine for Sicario friends.
I see him. I see him up there.
Wait, can you pin? Can you pin? Thank you. That's all.
One shot, one kill.
That's all, Taki. No chance to draws, to, you know, all kind of tricky stuff.
Hello folks, this is Vlad aka Whiskey-Foxtrot again. It's been a while since I've talked about Ubisoft's Ghost Recon Wildlands. As you may or may not know, Ubisoft is soon releasing their PvP add-on to the original Ghost Recon Wildlands game, which is something I've been waiting for since it was announced earlier this year. What you're looking at right now is their open beta, which ends on September 25th. There are a few points I'm extremely excited about. First of all, I wasn't expecting a PvP mode of Ghost Recon Wildlands to be this smooth. If you're familiar with the original game, you'll know that it requires a decent system, especially if you want to run it on anything above mid-level quality. If you're anything like me, you would want to enjoy everything this game has to offer. Now, Ubisoft has done a phenomenal job at the graphics in this game, and running it at anything below the mid-level graphics quality settings simply doesn't do it justice. So you want to play this game at the highest possible settings you can. I would recommend at least an Nvidia 1080 or 1080 Ti, or if my recommendation is worth anything to you, a Radeon RX 56 or a 64 as it is in my case. Before I digress any further, I wasn't expecting a PvP mode of Ghost Recon Wildlands to be this smooth. A first-person shooter is one thing. PvP is a whole different beast as far as requirements are concerned. Eye candy tends to take a backseat in favor of fast-moving action, but definitely not so with Ghost War. At least from what I've been able to experience thus far. Gameplay is smooth, target acquisition is fast, and even twitchy movements aren't affected by any kind of input or network lag. Hell, you can even run and gun while absorbing the beautiful surroundings of this fictional version of Bolivia. While playing this, I was on a power saving mode, and my average frames were in the mid to upper 50 frames per second. So there's definitely a lot of room to push up the frames. The second part I'm excited about, as if the first wasn't enough, this PvP environment is surprisingly big and detailed at it. It's like playing right inside the original single player version of the game. The battle maps are just right for a 4v4 group without running out of time to hunt down stray enemy players. Unless you're just not trying hard enough. The third part I love about Ghost War so far are the various classes. There are three main elements, and each with their own subclasses. You have the assault, the marksman, and support elements. Teams are matched with one subclass per element, with one unique subclass at least per element. So you can't have 4 medics or 4 tanks, for instance. During the beta, only 2 subclasses per element were available. I think this is enough to experience the game, and definitely too much of a tease. As you can briefly see here, you have in essence 12 subclasses to play with. Whether you play with a dedicated team in dedicated roles, I would highly recommend learning each and every subclass available to you. Different terrain and different opponents may require a different billet, so it best behoove you to be ready for what's to come. As in the original game, each subclass can be upgraded with additional perks. You earn upgrade points as you progress in levels and complete in-game achievements. I've played higher ranked PvP in Rainbow Six which is definitely fun for a smaller, more contained CQB environment, but Ghost War brings the best of both Rainbow Six and the single player version of Ghost Recon Wildlands into one game. Something else to think about is being able to speak to your fellow teammates. Voice communication makes a huge difference in in-game tactics and coordination. I've seen some of the best teams go down just because one or two teammates did not have mics enabled, and their team missed out on certain opportunities. Even if playing in a random public group, at least use the in-game voice chat option. If you haven't played Ghost Recon Wildlands, look at any other review on the game. It's a fun, massive game easily with 60 to 80 hours of gameplay in single player mode. Tack on another 20 hours or so and you have your extra achievements. If you're looking for PvP with a balanced queuing system, I highly recommend trying out at least the beta while it's out, or just bite the bullet and get Ghost Recon Wildlands, since Ghost War is included. Thanks again for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video and subscribe to receive notifications on new video releases. And don't forget to check out my website at www.whiskey-foxtrot.com.